Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to the Midday News and Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Uyi Agmofwegbe. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nightcomsat. We sincerely apologize for the glitch with our audio a while ago. Thank you so very much for your understanding. The lawmaker representing Borno South Senatorial District, Ali Ndume, has called for the sacking of more slacking ministers from President Bola Tinubu's cabinet. The lawmaker applauded Tinubu's recent cabinet restructuring, particularly the creation of the Ministry of Regional Development to oversee all regional commissions. Let's turn to other stories for you now. Governor of Ondo State, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, has promised to continue delivering the dividends of democracy to the people of Ondo State when elected on November 16. The governor, who is the gubernatorial candidate of the All Progressives Congress, APC, made this known at the palace of the Yangede of Ekbe in Ondo East local government area. Kekalama Okere has details.
The governor of Ondo State and All Progressive Congress gubernatorial candidate, Honorable Lucky Orisomi Aiyedatiwa, pledged to promote community development, assuring the people that his administration will not tamper with local government funds. The governor says his administration is focusing more attention on enhancing agriculture and promoting food security in the state. The governor urged all residents of Ondo State to get their voters card in order to exercise their franchise.
All their votes will be casted for APC, and you can see yourself, the crowd. The people are so happy, are so joyful, and so they are so delighted. They are happy to see their governor, and they are happy to associate with APC. Now, for those of you who have not gone ahead to collect your PVC at the various points of collection, I want to plead with you. Go out. You still have time to collect your PVC. That is the only way you can make a choice of who you want to govern you for the next 4 years.
Earlier, the Speaker of Ondo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Olamide, assured the governor of the full support of the people of Ondo East local government.
A lot for us, and this is time to pay him back, and we have to pay him back in a positive way, in such a way that we have to go back to all our units now, we have to go back to all our wards now, and mobilize for him, so that come November 16, 2024, we deliver Ondo East for him 100%.
The Commissioner of Information, Wale Akinsolo, to urge the people of Ondo State to come out en masse to vote the APC gubernatorial candidate.
November 16 is on the way. By the grace of God, we are boasting in the Lord that APC will win this election because the governor has done well. To all the citizens of Ondo State, collect your voters card and vote on November 16, 2024.
The Yangede of Ekbe, Oba Isaac Oyebade, while welcoming the governor, appealed to the state government to upgrade the stool of Yangede to a first-class chieftaincy stool. At a town hall meeting in Bolonduro headquarters of Ondo East local government area, leader of the market women in the local government, Chief Nike Awoshikmi, assures the governor of the support of the women in the area. She appeals to the governor to fix the dilapidated roads in the local government to enable farmers transport their goods to the market easily. Kike Lomo Okiri, Global Television News.
Thank you, Kekalamo. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has expressed displeasure over the confrontation between police officers and operatives of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps in Osogbo, Osun State capital. A corps officer, identified simply as Owoye, was reportedly assaulted while on guard duty in an estate and subsequently detained by the police. The incident was said to have caused a dispute between the Osun Command of the Corps and the Nigeria Police Force. Osun State government later held a meeting with security heads to resolve the rift. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, has forecast haziness and sunshine nationwide from Sunday to Tuesday. The agency's weather outlook predicts moderate dust haze in the northern region on today, with horizontal visibility ranging from 2 to 5 kilometers. Anticipation of localized visibility of 1,000 meters or less during the forecast period. In the north-central region, sunny skies with patches of clouds are expected in the morning hours. Later in the afternoon and evening, thunderstorms with moderate rain are anticipated over parts of the Federal Capital Territory, Kogi, Benue, and Nasarawa State. Residents of Enugu State have trooped out to protest the killing of an Ogene musician, Chikezie Mba, popularly known as Igboja, allegedly by a police inspector. Mba was reportedly shot dead by a police inspector, Ozowanji Joseph, at Police Anti-Cult Tactical Squad headquarters in Enugu on Friday evening during a visit. Hundreds of residents of the state who were bitter about Mba's death marched to the Anti-Cult headquarters and attempted to burn it down. The protest reportedly turned violent as police fired tear gas at the youths. Still in Nigeria's eastern part, Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma has inaugurated a 100-seater engineering studio at the Federal University of Technology, Owerri. Speaking at the inauguration ceremony of the center, Governor Uzodinma says the facility will be used for various innovative trainings that meet modern-day digital technology. Amarachi Ibe was there for Global Television.
The University Engineering Studio and ICT Hub were jointly constructed by some multinational oil companies to serve as a center for innovation, creativity, and practical engineering training, producing talents that will not only transform the global economy, but contribute to the global workforce. Governor Hope Uzodinma, who was represented at the occasion by the Commissioner for Digital Economy and E-Government, Dr. Chimezie Amadi, stated that the administration is focused on empowering youth with digital skills necessary to thrive in an increasing globalized world.
As we continue to build a robust digital infrastructure, fostering a thriving digital economy remains at the heart of our vision.
He also used the occasion to highlight some of the achievements of the government in areas of information communication technology in the states.
We are commissioning today plays a critical role in this vision. It will serve as a center for innovation, creativity, and practical engineering training, producing talents.
The representative of Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, Amma Ikoru, says the initiative is part of Nigeria Oil and Gas Industry Content Development Act, which mandates the board to build capacity of Nigerians and enable their participation in oil and gas sector.
Continuously, we have to retrain people trained at the universities because they've not been skilled up to do the activities we do in the oil and gas industry. As a result of that, we have drafted a guideline for implementation of the Human Capital Development Project for the industry.
Highlights of the event were cutting of the ribbon and tour of the facility by dignitaries at the event. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global.
Well, thank you, Amarachi. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, says only 3 individuals have been found following Thursday's helicopter crash. This contradicts reports suggesting that 2 additional bodies were discovered on Friday, in addition to the 3 recovered on the day of the incident. A statement by NNPC's Chief Corporate Communications Officer, Olufemi Shoneye, clarified that no further bodies had been found. However, the company's spokesperson confirmed that search and rescue operations are still ongoing. Voting yesterday ended across the 44 local government areas of Kano State amidst low turnout of voters. Global Television correspondent Idris Jibrin, who monitored the exercise, reports that pockets of violence were also recorded in some polling units across the state.
The exercise had been largely peaceful and successful in all ramifications. The Commission therefore deeply appreciates the roles played by the critical stakeholders, notably security agencies, media organizations, leaders of political parties, civil society organizations, religious leaders, community leaders, youth and women organizations towards the actualization of grassroots democracy in Kano State. The Commission is also profoundly grateful to the good people of Kano State for their collective support, prayers, and expression of positive emotion. Most especially, the Commission thanks so deeply the parents in the state for cautioning their children not to be used as an instrument of destruction. We are so grateful for that. We also thank the youth themselves, the younger ones themselves, for heeding to the advice of their parents. We thank the recruited ad hoc staff for being ethical and professional, and for not allowing underage children to be near the polling unit. The peaceful conduct of the exercise is a doubtless manifestation of public acceptability of the exercise in terms of credibility, fairness, and decency. 6 political parties participated, namely AA, AAC, ACORD, ADC, APM, and NNPP. According to the result already announced at the collation centers of all the 44 local governments, NNPP won all the 44 local government chairmanship and 484 councillorship positions contested.
Thank you, Idris, for reporting for us from Kano State. Governor of Ondo State and gubernatorial candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, has reiterated his administration's determination to consolidate on its achievements in the next 4 years if voted into power at the forthcoming governorship election. The governor stated these while addressing community leaders during his campaign tour at Irele local government area in Akure, Ondo State. Here is a report by Kekalamo Okeri.
Residents of Irele community was overwhelmed with Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa's presence in the community. The governor, who spoke in his dialect, says his administration had prioritized security of lives and properties, noting that security is crucial for good governance and the development of the state. While promising to run an inclusive government, the governor assures the people of Irele that he will not interfere in the process of selecting a new king for the community, adding that the community will choose its own monarch. Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa noted that his administration will not make any promise that cannot be fulfilled, adding that his administration has embarked on the construction of 28-kilometer Inyoso-Ajagbo-Akotogbo road. One of the community leaders, Chief Adeni Samson, who also spoke in Irele dialect, commended the governor for paying workers' salary promptly, including gratuities, and enjoining all residents to come out en masse to vote for the governor come November 16. Speaking on behalf of the traditional rulers, Odogbo of Omi, Oba Olorunshola Akiyelure thanked the governor for prioritizing the welfare of the traditional rulers. At Inyoso, where he also received warm reception, the governor was honored with chieftaincy title of Jagumolu of Inyoso by Oba Akinyomi Olashende, the Larugunsi of Ode Inyoso, with the community declaring total support for his election. The campaign session was conducted in local dialect of the community. From Akure, Kekalamo Okeri, Global Television News.
Away from Ondo State now, the Nigerian Labour Congress NLC has expressed deep sorrow as it acknowledges the tragic news of the East Wind Aviation helicopter crash on October 24, 2024. This was contained in a statement signed by the NLC President, Joe Ajaero, noting that the tragic incident claimed the lives of 8 dedicated Nigerian workers on duty. Ajaero says the loss of life underlines the difficult conditions workers often face, which, according to him, speaks to the urgent and absolute necessity of prioritizing workers' health and safety, as well as ensuring that Nigerian workers in any sector do not risk their lives each day to contribute to national progress. The Northern Senators Forum has called for a swift action from the federal government to restore electricity to Kano, Katsina, and Jigawa states, where residents have been grappling with severe power outages. Chairman of the forum, Senator Abdulaziz Yaradua, while speaking in Katsina, stressed the critical nature of the situation, emphasizing that prompt intervention is necessary to alleviate the hardship faced by constituents across the regions. He says the prolonged outages, primarily attributed to vandalism and national grid disturbances, have caused significant economic strain as small businesses struggle to survive, hospitals face mounting operational costs, and residents bear the burden of expensive fuel as an alternative energy source. Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo has announced the immediate payment of the new minimum wage of 70,000 naira for workers in the state. The governor stated that the least paid worker in Anambra State will go home with nothing less than 70,000 naira, noting that it could be more, ranging between 78,000 and 84,000 naira, depending on the outcome of the tabulation by the government team. Professor Soludo, who also approved a monthly cash award of 10,000 naira to all pensioners in the states until a time the pension salary shall be reviewed, made the announcement after a meeting between various labor leaders in the states and the state government. In the same vein, Niger State Governor Umaru Bago has announced 80,000 naira minimum wage for civil servants effective from November. Bago disclosed this shortly after a meeting with the organized labor in the state at the government house in Minna, the state capital, noting that the payment would be for both the state and local government workers effective from November. The governor said the committee on the minimum wage would work on the consequential adjustments, just as he noted that the 80,000 naira is sustainable, especially with the state's strides in agriculture. State Chairman of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, Idris Lafene, commended the governor for approving 80,000 naira as minimum wage, saying such move is in the right direction. You're watching the live broadcast of the Midday News on Global Television, coming to you from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. When the Midday News returns, federal government plans 50% tax relief to help firms increase salaries. We have those details, including business, sports, and foreign for you. Do stay with us. Thank you for staying with us, everyone. Let's turn to business quickly for you. The Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Olayemi Cardoso says Nigeria is considering launching a diaspora bond in the United States as part of its strategy to achieve monthly remittance inflows of $1 billion. The CBN chief disclosed this during an interview on the sidelines of the ongoing IMF World Bank autumn meetings in Washington, D.C. Cardoso noted that Nigerians abroad are keen to invest and have already been doubled the remittances they sent home since the current government began implementing sweeping reforms last year. The 2023 presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, has raised concerns about Nigeria's ongoing struggle with an unreliable power supply and frequent national grid collapses. The former vice president also condemned the blackouts in the southeast, northwest, and northeast regions of the country, which has persisted for the past 3 weeks. It says the ministry and departments responsible for addressing the blackouts must quickly intervene to restore electricity to the distressed regions. On the foreign scene, Russia has shot down 51 Ukrainian drones over several regions, including areas near the border. That's according to Moscow's defense ministry. 18 were intercepted in the Tambov region, about 400 kilometers equivalent to 250 miles from the Ukrainian border, and 16 in the area of the border town Belgorod, the ministry said in a statement via telegram, were shut down in the regions of Orel, Bryansk, Lipsky, and Voronezh. One was intercepted in the Kursk region, where Ukrainian troops have been conducting a ground offensive since August and control several hundred square meters of Russian territory. Saudi Arabia, through King Salman Humanitarian Aid and Relief Center, has hosted a donors conference that raised over $1.1 billion for displaced persons and refugees in the Sahel and Lake Chad regions. This substantial funding commitment was made possible by contributions from more than 10 donor countries, agencies, and organizations dedicated to addressing the growing humanitarian need in these crisis-hit areas. The News Agency of Nigeria reports that the conference was held in Jeddah in collaboration with the Organization of Islamic Cooperation and the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. The conference, which had the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees as a partner, aims to provide urgent humanitarian assistance to people in Nigeria, Niger, Chad, Burkina Faso, and Mali facing various crises and natural disasters. And now, time for some excitement from the world of sports. Ahmed Musa is the conspicuous absentee as head coach. Augustine Eguavoen has named his 35-man Super Eagles B squad to face Ghana in the 2025 African Nations Cup Championship qualification. Musa recently returned to the Nigerian Premier Football League and has been on fire since rejoining his boyhood club, Kano Pillars. Eguavoen has called to camp Remo Stars wingback Ismail Sadiq, Kano Pillars forward Zikifilu Rabiu, and Enugu Rangers attacking midfielder Kazim Ogunleye. The first leg of the fixture, which is a reminder of the qualification series for the last edition of the competition, which Ghana edged on a penalty shootout, is billed for the weekend of 20th to 22nd December, with the return leg a week later. The United States of America has ended Nigeria's FIFA Under 2017 Women's World Cup title hopes with a 2-0 victory in their quarterfinal clash at the CFC Stadium, Santiago de los Calabaros. 2 goals from Catherine Fuller and Kimball Achano were enough to send the Flamingos packing as the Americans avenged their 2022 quarterfinal loss to Nigeria. Fuller put the Americans ahead from the penalty spots in the 43rd minute before Achano doubled the lead in the 74th minute to seal victory for the 3-time quarterfinalist. The defeat ended Nigeria's impressive run in the tournament, where they had won all their group matches against New Zealand, Ecuador, and Dominican Republic, scoring 9 goals and conceding just 1. Quite historic all the same. And that's your media news, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365, Star Times 276, and free to air on Nightcomsat. I'm Uyag Mofegbe, saying a big thank you to you for watching. I'll see you again on News Express at 4 p.m. West African time.